Farm placards like the one on this truck behind me will soon be a thing of the past thanks to a bill signed into law earlier this year. The bill Governor Glenn Youngkin signed on April 1st of this year formalizes a redesign of the placards that have been a staple on Virginia agricultural vehicles for many years. This is a preliminary design provided by Virginia's Department of Motor Vehicles. The new placards will indicate that a vehicle the owner claims is used exclusively for purposes that exempt farmers from registration and licensing fees, such as taking agricultural materials to and from a farm for sale or processing, or a few other limited uses. Since the old placards could be bought by anyone, some non-farmers have used them to avoid paying fees or registering their vehicles.
We have seen examples of people that have lost their driver's license, didn't have insurance on their vehicle, or didn't have the ownership of a vehicle, may have thrown farm use on their vehicle to get away with something. Farmers have long had a concern that somebody that wasn't using them properly would have an accident and flee an accident scene, or they were using them so much it was going to give farmers a black eye.
Delegate Robert Bloxam, who represents Virginia's Eastern Shore, has been working for years to get farm use placards modified. He says lawmakers were seriously considering doing away with the program.
You could hear the grumblings like, we got to do something about these farm use tax. We got to, we have to do something. Well, you either decide how you use them or you lose them, was my theory. Good legislation, I think, takes 2 or 3 years. And this was not a 10-minute write it up and go. This was, like I say, collaboration between DMV and law enforcement and Farm Bureau to come up with a program that was acceptable to everybody. So when it came forward, there was almost no discussion. Everybody kind of said, okay, this is a way we can fix this problem.
The new legislation requires Virginia farmers to apply for farm use placards through the Virginia Department of Motor Vehicles. In the past, drivers could pick up the informal tags at retail outlets. The new DMV-obtained placards will be non-transferable. They also must be displayed at all times. Only the following vehicles are eligible: pickup or panel trucks, sport utility vehicles, vehicles with a gross weight rating greater than 7,500 pounds, and trailers and semi-trailers. Applicants must also provide the name of the vehicle owner or lessee, the location and acreage of each farm where the vehicle will be used, as well as the type and amount of agricultural commodity produced annually. Applicants must sign a statement indicating that the vehicle will be used for purposes set forth in the Code of Virginia and that it has liability insurance. There's also a $15 fee. Many farmers were concerned that their operating costs would jump if the program was eliminated.
It's really important because this truck behind me would cost, the license plates would be $3,000 or $4,000 to run it. With farm use, I get to keep that money to use it in other agricultural things, and I still have to meet all the requirements. Insurance, the truck has to meet all the state inspection requirements, even though it doesn't have to be inspected. I still have to meet all the requirements. I just get to save that money, and I'm restricted on my distance, which is fine.
Pemberton said lawmakers eventually recognized that the previous informal farm use placards were potentially putting people in harm's way.
It's a hazard to the general public, and when that realization finally came together, then working with my delegate and of course other delegates across the state, they all came together and said, yes, this is common sense legislation that everybody can support. No matter what your party affiliation was, this was good for agriculture. And so that's how we got it.
The law goes into effect on July 1st, 2023, to give everyone time to understand the new regulations and turn in their paperwork to the Department of Motor Vehicles. In Hanover County, Virginia, I'm Burke Moeller reporting.